Hello everybody, this is the third video in my full walkthrough series of Legends of Kingdom Rush. So, using the same save file that I've been using, I'm going to start Extradimensional Menace. But before I do that, I want to mention something about my heroes. Up until this point, I've been beating every adventure on the first try, and because of that, I haven't been getting the partial experience that you get for making it partway through an adventure but then losing. So, my heroes have gained the minimum possible experience points up until this point. That is, up until I started farming for the 2 barbarian encounters that you can get in Stormcloud's Winter, because now that I've done that, I've played the game so much that my party is actually at max level now. So, I wouldn't expect somebody to be this high level by the time they reach Extradimensional Menace for the first time, but I also wouldn't have expected them to only be at level 2 with everyone by the time they reach that stage. So, I'm going to permit myself to stop holding back and begin using some other abilities. For one, I'm going to start using Avenging Blade, which is by far Gerald's best ability. This thing can do so much damage when he's at low health, and this is very important because it allows him to make use out of the fact that magic and true damage can bypass his armor. And since it can heal him based on whether or not he actually lands a finishing blow, it can help keep Gerald at max HP even after you've already leveled him up twice. And it also allows him to regain health after he's spent health from Martyr's Prayer. So you basically get a healer who can regain the health that he spent to heal everyone else. So in a way, everyone can be at max health in every single encounter, even if you're taking damage. Now, I'm not going to be using Summon Brambles. I'm going to keep on using Verdant Defender, but instead of using Ricochet, I'm going to allow myself to use Kebab Shot. This is very handy, especially against the Demon Lord encounters. Finally, I'm going to keep using Frostlands, but I'm not going to be using Fireball. This one is especially bad against demons. Instead, I'm going to be using Disintegrate, which is especially good against the boss. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. So the first thing that you're going to notice about this map is that there are a couple of mandatory encounters. So here's the first one. It's this skeleton encounter. Then when I go down, there's another skeleton encounter. Then a mandatory obelisk encounter. Then when I come down here, there is a mandatory weaponsmith, which is lucky for me. And then a mandatory demon lord. And finally, the mandatory boss. You gotta beat the boss in order to win. So, with all of this in mind, I'm going to prioritize going for the cultists first. In my opinion, the demon combat encounter right from the beginning is virtually unwinnable. If you get this, at least with certain parties, you're basically doomed and you have to start over immediately. But at least you know that you're doomed right away instead of wasting your time. So let's pursue these cultists. I'm actually surprised that I got these guys instead of the skeletons, but we're about to get the skeletons, and I want to showcase how to deal with them. So let me skip this. Here comes all these guys. Wow, that's very close to being unfair with how close that guy can get. So unfortunately, there's not really much that I can do to snipe this guy, except for move back here. So that's kind of like my one option. And also unfortunate is that I cannot snipe this other enemy. I have to snipe at this guy. So let me just kill him and then pull the ranger back. So the strategy here, if you can't tell already, is to just retreat everyone all the way to the back. So that's what I'm doing. Now this cultist here, he's got 2 movement, 3 range. So that equates to being able to hit something 5 units away from him, 5 hexes. So he can move 1 and then 2, so he'll be on this space here. And then he can reach 1, 2, 3 more spaces after that. So he won't be able to hit Gerald. Now, this one here, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. He definitely won't be able to hit the wizard. This guy here, he has 3 movements, so 1, 2, 3. He definitely can't hit the wizard either. So I don't have to use Shield of Retribution on him. Instead, I can safely use it on Gerald. So that's what I'm doing. Now, this is a risky tactic to use, which would be to try to snipe at one of these guys. Now, the chances of me killing them are 1 and 4. So it's really not worth the risk. Therefore, I'm just going to pull him even further back. This guy, on the other hand, I'm going to try to snipe him. There we go. So here comes everyone else. Gerald, I'm just going to keep him in the same spot that he's at. The reason for this is that I can still draw the fire of the other enemies, these dagger-wielding enemies, and that's what I want to do. Hold on a second. Kill him. So now these magic enemies are going to try to hit Gerald. So let me just pull everyone back. That way Gerald's the primary target. So look at this. This guy, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So he can reach Gerald from here. This other guy, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So he can reach Gerald. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. He can't reach the Arcane Wizard. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. He can reach the Arcane Wizard. I figured I miscounted there. Therefore, I need to make sure that they just prioritize Gerald. And since he's going to get attacked anyways, let me just move him forward so that he can try to finish these guys off as quickly as possible. So unfortunately, he just has to take damage. And wow, that was as unlucky as possible. But whatever. So let me move this guy up. Kill him. Now unfortunately, the ranger is way out of position. But I can move him up, and there we go. That guy was guaranteed to die. So yeah, unfortunately, Gerald had to take damage there. Perhaps if I thought further ahead into the future, that could have been avoidable. But that's how it is for now. So let's move ahead onto these skeletons. Oh, okay. So, let's raise a magic shield. Okay, good. Got lucky. And now I have an invigorated Arcane Wizard, which is always nice to see. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So because he's invigorated, this means that I have an advantage in combat encounters. So I can definitely use him a little bit more freely. Yeah, see this? Now I can snipe at enemies. So this guy's the first one to get a turn. And these skeletons have 3 movement. So I'm just going to try to snipe him from here. Oh, there we go. I did the maximum possible damage. So because they have 3 movement, I don't want to get too close out here, because if I'm here in this spot, then 1, 2, 3, I'm in range to get hit by him. If I'm here in this spot, 1, 2, 3, I'm in range to get hit by that guy. So I'm just going to move out by 1 and then buff Gerald. So there we go. Yeah, these guys can't get close enough. Neither can the skeleton champions, because they deal, or they have 2 movement, not 3. So they will fall behind the other skeletons. But because of the way they're structured, these skeletons are going to catch up at about the same time. About the same rate, I should say. So what I'm going to do is poison this one, because that will bypass his armor rating, even though it can't actually give him the poison affliction. So right here, I'm just going to move him up a little bit and then finish this guy off. He's not at the range to deal optimal damage, but that doesn't matter. So let me move him up, and now I can freely attack this guy, and luckily I did enough damage to land a killing blow. Not that it would have mattered, because his turn wasn't up yet, so this guy's going to get himself killed by attacking Gerald. If you notice, after dying, they leave their skeleton pile on the ground. So this is the main feature of these skeletons. They will reanimate after being slain. There's also an achievement for being able to kill them all in one round, but I'm not going to try to get that right now. So what I want to do here is do a tactical retreat, because Gerald's on the brink of getting overwhelmed. So I'm going to move him back and then just stay put here. So luckily the skeletons that I've killed have formed a little bit of a wall, and these other skeletons can't get up to him. yeah, just tremble there lightly. Now, I can finish this guy off, definitely, because I do 3 to 5 damage, or I can try to do poison damage to this guy. Since he's not in range to be a threat just yet, I'm just going to finish him off. So there you go with that, and then I'm going to move the ranger back here, because we want to do a tactical retreat. So here comes all the other skeletons. Now I can finish this guy off because he's at low enough health. Now, this one is going to be able to move into range if I go over here or over here. So, what I want to do is come up over here and then attack this skeleton. So unfortunately, he didn't die, but it's alright. So now these skeletons are way out of position, so they're also still not a threat to him. So yeah, let me just attack this one, guarantee his death. And then I'll just move the ranger down here. He's still safe, but at least he's not able to get hurt by the other skeletons. So now let me try to finish off this one with my magic missile. And luckily, I was able to kill him. I had a good enough chance of being able to do that. So I'm going to come up to this skeleton and just tank his attack right in the face. His number one priority, every single time he has the ability, is to just use that shield bash. Every single time. So, between these options, I'm just going to finish off the skeleton since he has an attack coming up next. I'm just going to keep my guy there. So yeah, now he can't use his ability, which means that I'm safe to freely attack this guy. And there we go. These two skeletons haven't been killed before, but because they're both inactive at the same time, I don't have to worry about them reanimating. You just automatically win if that's the case. So there we go. Now I'm going to go, okay, between my two options, I'm going to just buff Gerald with Avenging Blade and go down this path here. Okay, good. I didn't run into any encounters along the way. By the way, as a quick fun fact, you cannot get ambushed with a combat encounter until you have received your 4th companion. So just thought I'd let you know that. Okay, so I'm gonna immediately tank this attack, just so that way I can have, ooh, look at that invigorated range. Yeah, I'm gonna immediately tank that attack. That way, this enemy is just out of the picture immediately. So there we go. Now here comes the other skeletons. Here comes these guys. These guys all have 3 movement, which is pretty difficult to deal with. So I'm going to kill this guy because he's the one that's closest to where I want to retreat my units. So I'm going to move my ranger down there. Now I'm going to move Gerald up here and just fortify himself. So the Arcane Wizard, if I move him up here, then 1, 2, 3, he's in range of this guy, but 1, 2, 3, he's by far not in range to get hit by the other one, so I'm safe there, and I'm also safe from the cultist that deals magic damage, so he's not going to be able to hurt the wizard, because that's very important. I just do not want the wizard to get hurt. So now I'm going to try to kill this guy. Luckily I got good luck. And I'm going to just move the ranger a little bit further down. Alright, so I deal 5 to 7 damage now that I've leveled up Gerald. I can also deal 6 damage on average if I just attack the right way. But I'm not going to do that, so let me just kill this guy first. Now, the wizard, even though I was trying to avoid getting hurt by this guy earlier, now I can just move into range to be able to kill him right away. And since he always deals 4 damage with that skill, I can guarantee killing him. Okay, so that skeleton's dead. This one's going to land an attack on Joe, but it's fine. So this guy, I can guarantee to kill him because the poison bypasses his armor. We've already established that. Move him up. And now Joe can finish off this guy. Even better, I can hit him with the dab. So there we go. Dab on him. And in almost the same way as the previous encounter, we won with 2 skeleton bodies still on the map. So there we go. I'm able to level up the Arcane Wizard. Now, I have a feeling that what's coming up here is going to be an offer for a companion. So I feel safe in just leveling up the wizard right away. So let's go over here. And sure enough, we got the Zapper. Alright, I'll take that. So there's the Zapper. Unfortunately, because he's at his base level, I can't get Thunderstrike, which is actually pretty handy in this in the final boss fight. But only marginally so. There's a better companion, and I'm going to abuse the fact that there's something consistent in this game, but more about that later. So here's an interesting situation. See these skeletons here, 1, 2, well yeah, 1, 2, 3, they can move into his range in the next turn. Except for this skeleton knight, skeleton champion, he would just move 1, 2, and then be stuck here. So because I want to be able to one-shot him, I'm going to move up by 1, and then benefit from keen eyesight, because this will add extra damage to both of these attacks, and since this does 4 consistently, it's not going to be able to kill the skeleton. And the reason why I didn't just move up first, like all the way and attack him and then plan on retreating, will become apparent in the next turn. So now, let's look at the way that the enemies are surrounding us. This mage over here is not going to be a threat for another turn, so that's fine with me. These skeletons here, both of them, they will also not be a threat until the next turn. So what I'm going to do is move over here, buff myself. So there we go. And now I have the option to attack any one of these guys. So what I'm going to do is just move over here. And then, So this is too risky. So I'm just going to try to attack this guy. Yeah, there you go. So I did some damage to him. So now Gerald's going to be able to tank another type of attack, because I'm going to make sure that I finish this guy off. So the Zapper, this ability will never get used, because you don't want your ranged unit to be adjacent to other enemies. Now if I don't use any skills, I can get more range and become a little bit of a sniper, but I want to get into a better position before I do that. So I am going to move him and use this skill. So there we go. So now that skeleton cannot attack Gerald. So I'm going to use the poison on him now. And because I've used the attack first and not moved, I can retreat him safely. So here we go with all this stuff. And all those skeletons are stuck trying to reanimate. So here comes this mage here. He's still not going to be able to attack. So I'm just going to move Gerald up here. There you go, he's nice and safe. And now let me finish off one of these skeletons. So there we go with that. So yeah, he can't attack yet. This guy's going to attack, and then he's going to get killed by the Zapper. So unfortunately, he does 3 damage, so I'm not going to be able to kill one of them with this attack. So I'm just going to stun him. Now, an important thing to note about these cultists is that they will transform into an abomination if they are at 1 HP. So when he gets unstunned, he's going to transform. So here comes all the skeletons. They will all pursue Gerald. So I'm going to move him up here and finish off this guy. There you go, he just exploded. Now, I can move up here and then finish off this cultist, so Gerald will not be taking any damage that bypasses his armor. Okay, so there's a skeleton looking around. So now I'm just going to move a little bit forward. Now between my options, I'm going to kill this skeleton first. Not that it matters too much. So now I'm just going to kill this guy. I'm also going to move the ranger into this new position. Not that it matters again, because I'm just going to finish this guy off of a dab. But assuming that I wasn't able to win that, I could move Gerald into the middle so that he could fight both skeletons. And then I could retreat the Arcane Wizard easily. So here we go. We have 2 situations here. One's luck-based, and then a guaranteed combat encounter. The other one is luck-based, plus any other random events that happen on the way here. So I'm just going to go for this one straight away and hope that we don't have anything else bad happen. So I dodged a bullet there. Okay, let's do this. This one I can probably use the torch. Yeah, good. So I used the torch, got that item out of the way. In my opinion, you should always get these challenge items out of the way. Okay, do you see that tree moving over here? It's not moving anymore, but that one is the place where random encounters can occur. Oh, you see it move again? So, between my options, I can level up the ranger. This will increase his damage to 4 to 6, which means that I can one-shot these enemies a little bit more easily. Like the 4 damage minimum is going to insta-kill those mages, whereas this will increase to 5 damage, and that will insta-kill the skeleton champions. So that's very handy. Whereas if I level him up, this attack damage is just going to increase to 4. So it can one-shot the mages, but not the other skeletons. So I would rather upgrade the ranger. So there we go. Now let's move on ahead. And that moving tree, it didn't do anything, so that was lucky. Get to safety, so I can use the ranger without having to do a dice roll and guarantee that that event happens just fine. Alright, so this is a skeleton encounter that's affected by this obelisk here, so it's just going to make it harder to kill these skeletons. Luckily though, I upgraded the ranger, who can now effectively one-shot skeletons. Now if you look here, there's a little bit of space in the back, which is kind of an indication that something might spawn over here. Extradimensional Menace likes to do that. They like to spawn more enemies in the back of the map. So let's do one. So yeah, I'm safe here. So I'm just going to move up and protect Gerald. So there we go. Now, if I move him up here, 1, 2, 3, I'm totally safe from the skeleton. So I'm just going to move over here and then one-shot this guy. There we go, he's not a threat. So the reason why it's a good thing to be able to one-shot these enemies is that the obelisk can't heal them. They're just dead. It's not like it's going to be able to revive them. That's not how the obelisk works. So let me just zap the skeleton. Zap him up. And yeah, sure, it's gonna try to heal him. Doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna move Gerald up. So now he's in a position to draw fire from the enemy skeletons, which is good for me because I'm gonna move up here and see this skeleton. He's gonna move up to Gerald, and he's gonna prioritize attacking him, which means that I can focus on destroying the obelisk. So yeah, this guy's alive now. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, attack the obelisk. Dummy. Now I'm going to summon this dog, and I'm going to use it to tank this skeleton here. So there we go. He's going to counterattack the skeleton if he dodges it, or if he survives its damage. So let me move the zapper a little bit further up. Yeah, now I'm in a position to reach the obelisk, and I've destroyed that skeleton. So there we go. He's counterattacked the skeleton and defeated that one too. So now the obelisk is going to try in vain to summon these tentacles. It's not going to work. You see, I'm going to destroy this thing with Gerald. This guy's going to reanimate. Doesn't matter, because I'm just going to destroy the obelisk. And then with the ranger, I'm going to use the poison arrow and be safe. And even if I'm not safe, I can just move the dog into melee range with him, like to block him, because the enemies will always prioritize attacking something in melee combat. They will not move to go attack something else, except under some kind of specific situations and conditions. So let's look at our options here. We can either get a new companion and then fight a demon encounter, or we can fight skeletons, get a shop, and then fight a demon lord. So I think we've seen enough skeletons. Let's go see what the new companion might give us. Let's see, I can assist you by enhancing your power for a price. Oh, okay. So this will increase the damage that Gerald can deal, or whoever else I pick, but it will give them a crippling wound. But I'm fine with that. He's got a little bit less XP, or less HP, but he will do more damage, which is very beneficial for his strike attack. So unfortunately, I don't want to use up my bandage that I've got, so I'm just going to keep going. So let's ignore him and move on. Okay, so between these options now, I'm gonna try to use the one with the wizard. Got unlucky. It's fine. Yeah, he just took some damage. It's no big deal. So now, just gonna remove exhausted from him. Hopefully, we don't run into another exhaustion, because you only get that one exhaustion potion for this entire adventure, which is bad. Okay, so it's a good thing that I got that, because I want to be able to one-shot these demons. So, we haven't really had to talk about the demons just yet. Let me pull back here and solidify him in place. Let me also pull him back and buff him. See, these demons, I don't know why, but these demons, they get to have 3 movement. The same movement that the demon hounds get, which is just baffling to me. So there we go, kill him. And here come these guys. So the demon has his turn first. I'm just gonna insta-kill him. If I can reach him. Yep, I can reach him. So, shoot him. There we go. And now I'm just gonna move him back. So yeah, they can try if they want, but it's not gonna work. So this attack here, it applies stunned to the main target, and it does physical damage. So all this is going to do is just rob this enemy of a little bit of armor, but also rob him of his turn. So I'm just gonna use that right away. You see, I've dealt 1 damage to the demon, and so the next time I attack him with the zapper, well, he's only got 3 damage, so that's not going to kill him. But it's going to force him into his 1 HP state, and that state is going to be very interesting, because he wants to commit suicide against whatever he can get near. So he's just going to run up to the first enemy that he can attack and blow himself up and deal a huge amount of area damage. I believe 5 damage. So I'm going to summon the dog. So now I will have the dog as a extra source of damage. Hit him. Yeah, so now he's definitely going to want to explode. But I can just attack with a zapper. And there we go. He's defeated, so he's not going to try to explode anymore. Now, I get to abuse the power of Shield of Retribution. And also come over here, deal some magic damage to him. Yeah, so here he comes. Here comes the big explosion. Yeah, there we go, and he just gotten himself destroyed. Now, I'm going to shoot him with the poison arrow because he's armored, and he can actually get poison, which is interesting. So come up here, do a little bit of damage to his armor. Take what you can get, I guess. And then come up here, and then also attack him. Boom. And in case that wasn't enough, I'll just do some damage to him as well. So yeah, we're just bombarding him with attacks, and these 2 magma elementals were not a threat. I was able to stun him for that turn, which helped separate him from the other elemental, which is why I wanted to do that. And so there we go. Oh, and I got a bandage for that, so I could have used that earlier. But whatever. So now I'm going to level up the Arcane Wizard, get my Disintegrate. Let's move up here. Hopefully we don't get a random ambush on the way here. Nope, we didn't. Okay, good. So let's try to be convincing. We were not. We're sad. Doesn't matter. We can try to convince them again. Nope, didn't work. We're sad. Let's try to convince them again. Didn't work. Who's sad now? Same people. Okay, so there's no downside to this. There we go. They reluctantly allowed us to come on in. So we can try to arm wrestle in case I haven't been unlucky enough. Okay, good. And we got some coinage from that. So between the options that I've got, I'm going to just try to get a new recruit. So here we go. I'm definitely going to swap him out with the zapper. So confirm that. And there we go. So that was my 1 companion that I got to hire. So luckily, my exhausted has a good chance of going away before we get to something truly nasty. Oh, here we go. Let's hope I'm lucky here. There we go. And oh, I got invigoration for the barbarian, so that's handy. So unfortunately, I don't have his other ability to use, which is to automatically enter Berserker Rage. But because he's invigorated, Brutal Strike is actually going to be somewhat useful. Now, between my options, I think that the best one to go for, well, okay, you are guaranteed to get the Barbarian at the tavern, not because he will always be like one of the 4 options, but because you can use an exploit to keep on getting a new roll every time. So let me just buff the Barbarian. Let me come up here. Now, I'm definitely going to buff the Wizard, and then I'm going to buff the Barbarian. So there we go. Now, we do not want to fight the Demon Lord, especially not under these conditions. So let's just go up here. Let's shoot at the Emissary, please. Okay, good. And now we don't have to worry about that threat. Not really sure what that accomplished, but whatever. So let's think about this encounter. We have limited options on what to do with the Arcane Wizard and with Gerald, because he's not able to move. So I'm just going to protect the Arcane Wizard. Do that. With my other options, I can... Oh, hold on, which one of these? Well, they all have a turn at the same time. So between these options, I'm just going to come down here and try to attack this guy. Good, I was successful. Now let me just destroy this thing. There we go. That was my 1000th enemy. And I'm going to buff myself. So exhaustion prevents you from doing both movement and an attack at the same time. You just have one or the other. You either move or you attack. It's kind of like using a skill that has a timer on it, like the wolf summoning ability. So this emissary is going to try to attack the first thing that it can get in range of. I'm going to move up here and destroy both of these things, even though this is putting the barbarian at risk. So this is 5 damage, this is 4 to 6. There's nothing I can really do to guarantee that I'm going to kill the emissary. So instead, I'm just going to come up here and attack. So I got the least lucky option possible. I got just a very low amount of damage, but I can try to snipe at these enemies over here. There you go. Once again, I was not able to kill it, so that's very unfortunate. Could move Gerald up, and see, it automatically ended his turn without even me getting a chance to do something. So yeah, I got super unlucky there. I got lucky here because these tentacles are not fighting back. So what I can do is just walk up over here, because my barbarian's invigorated, and then just slay them both. So there we go. And now, I can just kill him, and the combat's over. So good. My exhaustion didn't really make a big difference, even though getting exhausted is extremely annoying and despair-inducing. So let's do this. Good. And I cured Gerald's exhaustion. Okay. Now comes for the first Demon Lord encounter. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's study them with the guaranteed thing. There we go. So now, we have the option to level up Gerald or to level up the Ranger. Because I'm about to fight the Demon Lord, I want that kebab shot. This thing has a range of 10, which means that I can snipe from basically across the map and also hit multiple enemies if I'm aiming correctly. So I haven't used my bandage just yet, just in case, but I'm definitely going to use it now because of this encounter. So let's move on up. I definitely want to have one remaining just in case the wizard dies. Because if the wizard dies, he deals less damage with Disintegrate. So look at this swarm of enemies. This is like Kingdom Rush 1, where there's just a ton of enemies coming out in a wave. But instead, it's this little turn-based RPG where I have so few units to work with. Luckily, though, the enemies are going first. I always prefer it when the enemies get to move before I do. Okay, yeah, do your little buff thing. So unfortunately, the Demon Lord does not show up on the queue. I really wanted to showcase what he can do. So let's this attack here, 6 to 8, so I can guarantee his death. There we go, he's dead. And that was safe to do because none of these enemies are even like remotely close enough. I can just eyeball that. Now I do not want Gerald to move up, so I'm gonna leave him there. Yeah, these enemies are quickly surrounding us, so this is pretty scary. But it's fine. So, which enemy is coming up next? This one? Okay, well, I'll move him here, and then do 5 to 7 damage, so let me just one-shot him. So since this wizard is exhausted still, I'm just going to use his death ray and stun this guy, because it's not like I could move him after attacking anyways, so I'm just going to leave him as is. So yeah, this is super scary. Like, just look at all of these enemies. Now, because of my options, I'm going to leap over here and stun these guys. Luckily, I can stun them through the shield. So Flarens get their turn first, and the Flaren, this one, so speed of 2, range of 4. So 1, 2, and then when he moves here, he can attack 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I move up here, I'm in danger of getting hit by his attack here from over there. That's how much range that guy has. So I'm just gonna have to fortify. So yeah, he's gonna try to attack the barbarian, but it doesn't matter. He's invigorated. He's got a lot of movement speed. So I'm just gonna run over there and finish him off right away. So yeah, go ahead, waste your attack. Now, if I move down here, I will be in range to kill this guy. So that is what I'm going to do to get him out of the picture. Oh yeah, he's still stunned. So yeah, Gerald is on fire, but luckily he has his vengeful blade, so he's able to deal with all of this destruction that's being caused to him. Okay, barbarian. Gonna come all the way over here, so that way these enemies can't catch up to him, and then attack. So he might go berserk. No, he didn't. Okay, good. Lucky for me. So if I want to guarantee that I heal, I want to attack this one, because he can't dodge the attack. So here comes another Demon Hound. Luckily they can't reach. So with my options here, things are looking pretty grim. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, which one has a turn next? This guy? So let's think far ahead into the future here. This is the first combat scenario that I can't just take too casually. You see, if I summon the Verdant Defender here, he's going to take an attack on my behalf. So these two dogs are the ones that are going to attack, and I can't guarantee that they're both going to go for Gerald, because if they inflict burning on him, then the AI knows not to bother trying to inflict burning on him again if they can inflict it on someone else. So this ranger is in danger. I've got a ranger in danger. Now, I can summon the dog to try to tank one of these attacks, but I'm leaving this this arcane mage very vulnerable by doing so. This barbarian here, he has a 3-turn cooldown on Wild Leap, so he's not going to be able to make it all the way over here. Even though he's invigorated, he's way out of position to help out. So what I can try to do is try to take out this dog right now. So I do 5 to 7 damage, which means I'm going to need to do the poison attack instead to kill him, and then pull back, all the way back, Then I'm going to need to kill this one. There we go. So yeah, they're going to attack Gerald, and now the other demon dog is also going to attack him. I can guarantee that. And then this demon lord is going to buff them both. So here we go. Gonna move all the way over here. Fortify. So Gerald now, not in the best spot that he could be in. So I'm just gonna move over here and then protect himself. Might as well, right? Now with the Verdant Defender, I don't have the best options because if I try to move him into this middle part of the enemies, he's gonna get bled. However, he can tank one attack from the demon dog, which is what I want to do. So let me just do that. He dodged it, but whatever. So, unfortunately, I am not in the best position to like insta-kill these guys. I'm just barely out of range for both options, so I'm just going to try to use this. Yeah, whatever. I dealt some armor-piercing damage to him. Okay, good. Attack back. Yeah, damage the shield, whatever. So this one's going to also attack the demon dog. So that's good. So now he's going to summon this demon. And oh, okay, I guess he's going for the barbarian. I don't know what kind of tactical advantage that is supposed to give him. But whatever. So let me just do that to them. Now, Gerald, you know what we're going to do. We're going to dab. So there we go with the Vengeful Blade. So now these demon dogs, they might pursue the Arcane Wizard. So let's hope that they don't. I'm going to what I want to do. Just gonna pull. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3. Pull him up. So now he's safe, relatively speaking. And then I'm also gonna finish this one off. So there we go. So this one, yep, he goes for Gerald, and he gets himself killed. So, we made it through the encounter. So, yeah, the Demon Lord ones are pretty tough. That's why you really want to have Kebab Shot to snipe at them in case you're able to take advantage of the position that you're in. Now, in this case, I didn't, but whatever. So now I'm going to use, or unlock Martyr's Prayer. Now let's look at my options. I can go to a Demon Lord, or I can go to this safe node that has a free companion. If I go to the Demon Lord, I'm not even able to go to this shop here. So they made the decision very, very one-sided. And that being said, this ambush here could be a Demon Lord, for all I know. Let's see if it is. It's not. Okay. Oh yeah, this is easy. So good. This is one of the best ambushes that I could have gotten. And the Arcane Wizard is no longer... Oh, wow, that's unfair. But anyways, the Arcane Wizard is no longer in a position... or he's no longer exhausted, I should say. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the positioning there. That was actually kind of a bad ambush then. But the set of enemies that have been given are still pretty easy. So, luckily for me, I have Martyr's Prayer. So let me just, real quick, heal him up. There we go, don't have to worry about anything else. Now I can just, I can just come over here and stun this skeleton before he stuns me. It's stun or be stunned. That's jungle law. And then in order to have the tactical advantage of an extra unit, I'm just going to summon this right away, even though I could just insta-kill this skeleton. So yeah, attack him. Here comes these guys. Doesn't really matter. So this skeleton has already been killed. That's nice to know. So now between my options, might as well just come over here and finish this guy off, since he's the first one to get a turn. Here comes this big guy, this big chonk. So let me just come over here, finish him off, and also come over here, kill this guy. There we go. Now for the ranger, I'm going to, so Kebab Shot applies bleeding, this applies poison and rooted to weakened targets, which includes bleeding. So I can stack these together if I want to, but I'm not going to. Instead, let me move up here, poison him like that. There we go. So the dog, move him up as well. This skeleton will not be able to reanimate this turn. Same thing with this one. And the Arcane Wizard, I'm going to move him up here, but I'm not going to attack yet. The reason why, you might have guessed, is because I want to use this. So there we go. And now I've won the encounter and also healed Gerald by a little bit of HP. So that's always nice. There we go. So let's move on ahead. There's another hero. We can heal him. I don't want to heal him, so we're going to keep going. Well, I don't want to replace my current list of companions. Alright. So with these options, well, I might get exhausted, so I'm just going to do this. Now, you have a chance to, get exhausted from this. So unfortunately, that happened, but you also have a chance to get invigorated, so that's why I wanted to use the tent, just in case. But whatever, that's how it had to be. So now, let's go up to the boss fight and take advantage of our companions that we've got. So being invigorated for this boss fight is more useful than ever. Hold on, let me skip the cutscene. Yeah, it's more useful than in anywhere else, but unfortunately I didn't get invigoration, not even at that checkpoint. So yeah, let me come over here, attack this thing, just on the very slight chance that I'll be able to kill it. So if I move up here, I have the range to attack all of these. So I'm going to go for that. Let's see. So the Barbarian is enraged, which is nice. Always nice to see. Let me move him over here, and then destroy both of these. So there we go. Arcane Wizard, I mean, what even should I do? I'll just move him into the middle. So there we go. He's covering up the entire map, basically. Alright, so here we go. Let's attack this one. And I was correct yet again. Wow, that's extremely lucky, actually. What are the odds? So I don't want I don't want all this. So let me just do that, and then move the Barbarian over here. Thankfully, these things are here for me to keep attacking. Yeah, destroy both. And the Arcane Wizard, I'm just gonna keep him here. I mean, why not? Alright, so something important that I want to address here is that this is the most RNG thing in the game. I'm going to summon an extra unit. I'm going to summon it here. So this is going to encourage the boss to spawn in this spot coming up. All right, hold on a second. This is tricky. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, unfortunately that wasn't it. Arcane Wizard. So if I move down here, then it can attack both of these at once. So there we go. That was the answer. And now this is by far the most unfair thing in the game, in my opinion. The boss will choose a spot to spawn in. Yeah, right there. It will choose whatever spot allows it to hit the most of your units. And since you're trying to cope with something that's already luck dependent, that being the fact that these things spawn in random spots, makes it hard to deal with. But it's fine. I get to use... Come on, no, don't move. I get to use Martyr's Blade. So let's do that. 12 damage right away. It's always nice to see. Now, between these options, I definitely want to move the Ranger. What do I want to do here? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna attack this, and then just move over here. Come on, why is it not letting me click that? Well, whatever. Okay, I'll move here. There we go. Now it's letting me click it. Yeah, and then I'm going to move over here and then attack these tentacles so that the barbarian can stay in berserk mode. And then I'm just going to move over here so that I'm in position to destroy or to use disintegrate, or just my normal damage dealing ray. So let's hope that this tentacle doesn't deal damage to the ranger, because I don't want him to take health damage. Yeah, good. It just attacked Gerald, so that's always nice to see. All right, so the next phase of this boss fight is going to spawn some eyeballs, and because of that, I want to try to move out of the corners of the map that those eyeballs could spawn in. So let me get out of there. Also going to go over here and then destroy these things. Then I'm going to move Barbarian over here, attack both of these, boom, and then Arcane Wizard, destroy this thing. So I haven't used Disintegrate yet, and that is because I want to use it on this final phase of the boss fight. So here we go. yeah, slam on the wizard. Wow, they really are out to get him. So this is gonna take forever, this next phase. Yeah, come on. So actually, before doing anything else, hold on a second, where is a good spot? So I'm gonna move over here, and then move, or then protect the ranger. Next, I'm going to move up here, and let me think about what I want to do. So I definitely want to destroy this thing. Yeah, that's the one I want to destroy. So now, because the barbarian is in a perfect position, oh, another achievement, to use this, that's what I'm going to do. Use that. So boom. And now Arcane Wizard, definitely don't want him to be in the same spot, so I'm just going to move him up. Then destroy this thing. And there we go. So all of our companions are safe from these laser rays. Destroy the tentacles, yeah. And because we see exactly where the boss is going to spawn, I can use Vengeful Blade on the boss as soon as she appears. So this is what I mean about it taking forever. We have to wait for each one of these individual eyes to shoot its beam, which has a long animation. Then we need to wait for every single one of these big tentacles to spawn. Then for all of the eyes to spawn. Then for all of these blobs to spawn. And then for the boss to spawn with this big, ultra dramatic attack. Like, ooh, it's the final boss. Beware. Look at how scary it is. Yeah, there you go. So this final boss fight is not difficult. The first phase is the most RNG based because, well, it's the most RNG based, thankfully. That way, you can know whether or not you're just too unlucky to win right away, instead of your time being wasted with two different phases before then. So I think it's an enjoyable boss fight. It's fun to be able to consistently inflict a high amount of damage on something, especially when you get to see where it's going to appear next. The Vengeful Strike was very satisfying, not to mention that I had Disintegrate in my toolbox as well to do more damage. I just happened to get very lucky with the Barbarian, that he was able to attack with his ability instead. But if he wasn't there, you know, I could have used Disintegrate instead. So here we go, there's everybody celebrating. Now we get to see the results of my achievement, which is just going to be a little bit of experience for the units that I haven't used yet. So there we go. And now we get the credits and an ending comic. By the way, I'm in the credits as a beta tester, but I'm not going to reveal who I am. So there you go. That's Extradimensional Menace, which is also the last level of the game, which means that the true adventure is just beginning, because we have achievements to unlock, we have other party members to experiment with and level up, and overall, we just have a bunch of self-imposed challenges that we need to do as well. You see, this game, in my opinion, is more than just a checklist of different things that you need to do and then feel accomplished with yourself. To me, it's like a playground where you have all these different tools at your disposal that you can experiment with, all the different party combinations that you have access to, all the different ways to deal big amounts of very satisfying damage. And because of that, you can just mess around. And the best part is that you have random odds to go against. So it's up to you to know what you're doing so well that you feel confident enough to go venture into the unknown and see if you can make it out alive. That to me is the main appeal of this game. And so that is going to be the future of this YouTube channel, at least for the near future. And I hope you guys are excited for it like I am. With that, have a good day. Bye.